Welcome to Good News Week, and the big news. If you're looking for a tourist destination with a difference, have we got the spot for you? A theme park in Lebanon run by the militant group Hezbollah. Hezbollah land has everything, including the Abyss, a former bunker full of destroyed Israeli military equipment, war porn and propaganda. Please, can we go, Dad? Take us now, I want to shoot people. Hezbollah land, the fundamentalist kingdom of them all. It's where the bloody hell are ya with real blood. It's the best terrorist-based theme park since Disneyland. It's a great place to holiday and relax, but if your ball goes over the fence, leave it there. The park is split into a series of themed areas. There's Frontierland, also known as the Disputed Border. Tomorrowland, a utopia, where the state of Israel has been eliminated. And Fantasyland, where Jews and Muslims live together in peace and harmony. They even have an attraction called It's a Small World, which gets smaller every time Israel pops over for a visit. Other attractions include the Mad Mullah's Tea Party, the Haunted Synagogue, and Dumbo the Suicide Elephant. As part of a religious clampdown on dress and behaviour, Iranian police have issued warnings to 62,000 women for being badly veiled. Yeah, about time. In Iran, you know, a woman is badly veiled when you know it's a woman. Some weren't veiled at all, others were walking around completely sheet-faced. And some were just wearing the tent they woke up in. Some of the badly veiled women even received thinly veiled threats that if they didn't cover up properly, it'd be curtains. It's very strict. In some areas, the only acceptable burqa is made of brick, has a roof and walls, and is called the kitchen. The good news is President Ahmadinejad says he firmly opposes the crackdown on veils. Shame he isn't in some sort of position of power. Now, this is really going to test your comedy convictions, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be frightened of the humour here. It's all based on fact. It seems we have to rethink our image of the Taliban as deeply religious. US intelligence drones recently captured footage of two insurgents engaged in intimate relations with a donkey. I'm not one to judge, but... and, by the way, if you can see it from the air, it's not that intimate. Technically, that's known as a bonky. What really gets me is there were two of these guys. I pity the poor bloke who called heads. Is it really their fault they rooted a donkey? Is it? I mean, it was just standing there totally naked, like uncovered meat. And the donkey went off like a frog in a sock, which was their second choice. This does explain the Taliban's preference for donkeys over more modern vehicles. A donkey might bite you, but the tailpipe of a Humvee will give you a pretty nasty burn. But it doesn't end there. Most laptops seized from the Taliban and Al-Qaeda are loaded with pornographic movies, including Big Busty Burkas, Two Donkeys, One Cup, and One Explosive Night in the Paris Hilton. I hope you all feel ashamed of yourselves. And that's the good news.
It's good news, Lee. Someone dropped a bomb somewhere, contaminating the atmosphere and blackening the sky. It's good news, Lee. Someone found a way to give the rotting dead a will to live, go on and never die. It's good news, Lee. It's good news, Lee.
Thank you, good evening tonight. With spring in the air and love in our hearts, the sweetest thing, Claire Hooper. The human energizer bunny, Frank Woodley. And she has a new single called Sunday Best, a new album called I Believe You Liar, and a national tour happening right now, the star Megan Washington. And they're looking down the barrel of the lethal weapon, Mikey Robbins. From The Breakfast Show on Nova, 969 in Sydney, fan of Collingwood, godfather of Bubbles, bloke, Merrick Watts. Thank you. And his new single is Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. The album is Rage and Ruin, and he will never be stopped. The powerhouse, Jimmy Barnes. Can I flash it for everyone at home? So the people at home can see it?
Hey, it is.
Rage and Ruin.
Rage and Ruin.
Why?
Because that's what most of my life was.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good record. I think it's the best one I've made.
Really?
Doesn't everybody say that?
16 solos, is that right?
16 solo records.
And this is the best one?
It's the best one. You think I'd have it right by now.
Yeah. How's the single Before the Devil Knows You're Dead? How's that?
It's done very well, and there's a new one coming out actually this week, God or Money, which I might even, you know...
Are you going to give us a taste?
A little bit of it later.
Taste it. Oh, I like that.
Do you think our team's a little butch?
I like it. That is very manly. It's the first time we've had a really manly man.
Oh, you think! No! Guys, butch it up a bit.
Mikey might let you down a little bit on the man stage.
Yeah, that's pretty big from a talking elf.
When does the tour start?
Well, I've started now, but the real bulk of the touring won't start till probably October or something like that, you know.
Right, and what's life on the road like now? Because you're a bit of a hellraiser when you're a youngster.
Well, you know, we're just hellraised, but we remember it now. Right. Yeah, so it's good. So we go to people's places and straighten them up. Let me hang that for you, hang on.
A little bit crooked, crooked.
Let me get that telly out the pool, hang on.
And Merrick, how are you?
Very good, thank you, Paul.
Lovely to have you on the show.
It's great to be here, thank you very much.
First time?
Yes, first time on television.
No. First time on this show in particular.
Yes, first time on the show, yes.
What's it like being the godfather of a chimp?
Yeah, Bubbles, which was formerly Michael Jackson's chimpanzee.
Really?
Yeah, he bought one. What was the weirdest thing you bought when you really lost your mind and just went, I'm going to buy something weird?
I
said bought, not buying.
I don't know. No, I didn't buy it that bad. Just, you know, stupid stuff.
Well, Michael Jackson, he bought a chimp called Bubbles, and then it used to sleep in his bed and stuff like that. And he used to fight furiously with Macaulay Culkin over the bed space. And then one of them had to go, and it was Bubbles. So he put him into like this sanctuary in Florida where he's kind of cared for and completely forgotten by the Jackson family. And so we adopted him as like part of his upkeep. We gave him $10,000 of company money, which I didn't actually have access to, but then I just went, if you just say it, maybe they'll pay it.
They'll pay it, yeah.
And then after I nearly got sacked, they said, no, we'll pay it because it sounds pretty funny. So that's actually what happened. Then they told me, don't ever talk about how we nearly sacked you for buying the monkey. And I said, I won't.
I promise.
I'm not an idiot.
And is the monkey coming out to visit, or do you go and visit him?
No, we actually have visitation rights if we want. We can go and visit him. He can't like wear clothes or anything like that, which is a bit of a letdown. And
he can.
No, he can't because he eats them. He shreds them and stuff like that.
We've all been through that stage.
Yeah, and he's like he's a bit unsociable. Like he's.
Well, see, that's the problem though. Like a chimp is not just for Christmas. Yeah, they grow up and they get really big.
But you know, can I tell you something? I actually, when we did Circus Animals, it's a tour with the circus. I was talking to the guys about chimpanzees. I don't know why it came up, but the guys who run the circus, and apparently chimpanzees are fantastic, really great pets, really sort of nice and sociable, until they first have sex.
Really?
And after that, that's all they want to do.
Yeah.
And they don't.
So like humans, really.
Yeah, but see, and they just go nuts and they'll bite you into anything, you know.
Yeah.
He's got teeth. The weirdest kind of chimp thing I saw. I mean, it's very, you know, it's inappropriate and very un-PC. But I went to the circus when I was a kid, and this guy had a chimp act, and he brought out this this massive male chimp, and as soon as they got to the middle of the ring, he just did a poo and started throwing it at the audience. And while he was doing it, the whole time he was doing it, the chimp just stood there looking at him. Guess that? I've never seen him.
Bum, bum. Oh, Frank Woodley.
Frank, yes. But the funny thing is, I was at the Adelaide Zoo once. I was at the Adelaide Zoo and I walked in and there was all these chimps in the thing and they're just standing there looking really bored because they're in a bloody cage, you know, and there's a couple of tyres and that, and I'm going, hey, I paid my 2 bits, you know. Jump on the tyre, do something. And it literally just shat in his hand and threw it at me.
He'd heard the 7th album.
Yeah. Didn't like it. Didn't like it, yeah. Wasn't chimp friendly.
Have you heard the new one?
He's up it.
Whole different story.
No, that's it. I know, I'm with you.
How are you, Frank?
I'm good. No, but it is true about chimps that apparently they're lovely and they're fun, and then they can just pull your arm off just by going...
Always keep your pants on around a chimp.
Megan, we're delighted to have you back.
Oh, thank you very
lovely
much.
to have you
I'm
back.
very happy to be here again.
First time on the panel, though.
Yes, I'm feeling very overwhelmed. It's wonderful.
Should we do your little record thing now, too?
Sure. This is also my best album.
It always is.
Yeah.
You wait.
It's great, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
I was hoping this would sound like a compliment, and I hope you understand that it is. Even my husband likes it. That doesn't sound any good, does it? That's...
Oh, it's amazing because her husband's deaf.
But I love the title is great. I believe you, liar. That's like I believe you, liar. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's just one of those sentences where you go, oh!
I wanted the title, you know, to be like a snake eating its own tail.
Yes.
So I think if
you've achieved that.
if it makes you go, then that's great.
Also, that hat makes you do that as well.
Has anybody seen the video of the chimp with the frog? The YouTube video? Has anybody seen that?
I think it's the princess and the frog, isn't it?
No, the chimp and the frog.
What happens?
What?
Does he eat it?
The chimp.
Does he throw it?
No, he doesn't. He holds it, and he holds its mouth open, and then something happens.
What does he do? Because I'm just... Fill me in. That's what the frog said. It's all good.
We can learn about that after the show, I'm sure. Our voyage begins with What's the Story? Claire, Frank, Megan. Cut the cheese.
Okay, well, look here.
Welcome to King
Welcome
Island.
to King Island.
Oh, it's
Someone
there's
eating
someone
food.
eating food with a tomato sauce and a hairnet. Hairnet. I love
there's a
people
fella.
that... Oh, who's that guy?
He's thinking.
that
He's having
actor
an
from-
He's disappearing into the... And there's a
Oh.
boat. I love when you see people like those, you know, those young women had hairnets on, and I love it when
I
you
think
go
they
into...
were men.
Oh, were they? Well,
But anyone looks pretty in a hairnet.
I just love it when you go into a kitchen and you see people who have got hairnets on, but they're just wearing them like berets and all their hair is just... But they didn't. They were doing it responsibly, those hermaphroditic people. But I have no idea. There was something about King Island.
Wasn't that the actor from Home and Away? The last guy?
Was it the guy who disappeared into the white and then the
like
boat?
with the stentorian face.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it might have been. Was it? Did you
I
recognise
don't know. Well, I don't watch Home and Away, so I don't know what sort of boat imagining beardy men there are. But I just like the way that it really looked like he was imagining the boat into existence.
Yeah.
If you stand by the shore and go...
That's it. That's
It'll come to
it.
that.
On King Island, they've discovered a gene in the milk of the King Island cows that and that's why the people working in the lab, were they in the lab, you know, with
No,
their
they were
hairnets?
eating some lab.
They've made it that
Okay.
if you genetically, and then you can things into existence.
Actually, I tell you what. If there was a milk you could drink that could make boats magically appear, Tony Abbott would be sculling it. Another one.
Something about King Island's
Well, yeah,
population.
King Island. That's the place where they make the lovely cheese.
The cheeses, yeah.
I saw some King Island double cream, and I thought, what? Because once you've got cream in there, and we'll have double cream. I don't know. Is it compressed? I'm not sure what. But
Well, that's an excellent point about what and triple cream.
you know, you
How
don't
do
have
triple cream?
I've never put a time limit. on this particular part of the show, but it's going to happen very shortly.
I might have an apple. No, I'm going to have a double apple.
It means twice the fat content.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Oh, see that sort of label that could confuse a stupid person. So
The image of the people, I suppose they represent skilled migrants or possibly even skilled boat people, because I know that certainly the dairy industry and the fruit picking industry and probably the fishing industry as well.
So
like small communities are putting up their hand going, oh, we'll take them. Don't stop them all. Don't stop them all. We'll take them. We could use them.
So sort of the irony of the fact that there are people who are coming in boats,
and then
but
there are
they
some
could
people,
be used somewhere.
There are some people wanting to make some cheese, and they could just use a couple extra boat people to help them make the cheese.
Yeah, and who was it behind this scheme, the Lord Mayor of King Island?
The guy from Home and Away.
The guy from Home and Away. You know, and in fact, not only
the Lord Mayor of King Island.
Not only, Paul, is that correct, it's double correct.
Big round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. I think they got there eventually. So the answer was in there somewhere. The Mayor of King Island has approached the Immigration Department with a proposal to house and process 200 asylum seekers on the sparsely populated outcrop in Bass Strait. The idea is, with all that beef and brie, they'll be too fat to swim away. Refugees make excellent dairy workers, especially if they're Kurdish. Mayor Charles...
That's the sort of joke where you kind of go...
Or normally you go, shut up, Dad.
Keep driving.
Mayor Charles Arnold said the asylum seekers can be put to work in the island's beef industry because once they're fully processed, no one will be able to taste the difference. King Island... one clap. You evil person. King Island has about 2,000 residents, but can support 3,500, and they're desperate for workers. Guess what? We actually need more boat people. The Mayor says it could all be done without detention centres and razor wire because no one's going to swim off this island. I mean, it's not like they've escaped from anywhere before. Mikey, Merrick, Jimmy, can you make some stuff up?
We'll do our best, mate. Okay, that's Barack Obama. Yeah, Mr. Obama.
That's Alan Cooperman.
Nice work.
The coup.
And that's... Stats.
Yes.
What's it about, fellas?
I don't know.
A team of men?
28% of Americans don't know who Alan Cooperman is.
You're very close.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's such a dynamic-looking like Mr.
He was,
Cooperman,
wasn't
too.
he? Yeah. All right.
The opening shot was Barack Obama in church.
Yeah.
And with his lovely wife, Michelle. Hi, Michelle, call me.
I just got this image of you at home and the phone rings and it's Michelle Obama and you just go, you're fucking kidding me.
I told you not to call me at home.
Yeah, exactly. Can't talk, the wife's here.
Yeah, love you too.
Barack Obama was in a Christian church. Remember the election campaign, he got in a lot of trouble because he's Protestant. There's nothing wrong with that. But one of his old ministers actually said a few quite inflammatory things. But the research is, from this Cooperman guy, you're looking like you know something.
No, I'm hoping you do. You've confused my looks. I only have one look too. That's why I'm not looking at Jimmy. I'm going...
I was looking at the back of your head then. Please help us.
Bizarrely enough, after, a year of running for office, all the time he's been in office, 24%, between 18 and 24% of Americans still think he's Muslim. Oh. That's okay. 35% of Americans think they've been anally preyed by aliens.
Because, like, when he goes to pray, everybody's kind of like facing the front of the church and he just goes off to one angle. He's got a compass just going...
carpet.
And there's Mecca. I'm ready to go.
Well, basically because his name's not Dangus McGee, it's slightly different. A huge amount of the American population...
W. Obama.
Still think he is a Muslim.
They have it as well, ladies and gentlemen. After polls found a growing number of Americans think Barack Obama is a Muslim, the White House has assured people their president is a Christian who prays every day. He prays for a divine miracle that will bestow the gift of intelligence on the American public. 20% believe he's a Muslim, 15% believe he's a terrorist, and 10% believe he actually flew them terraplanes. When asked, nearly a third said he was half a wine, while another third said they'd prefer KFC. Then again, Americans also believe Ronald McDonald invented the cow. MTV is spelt with 5 E's. Jennifer Lopez is a less Mexican version of Jennifer High-Pez. Before he got all terroristy, the Muslim Prophet Muhammad was the world's greatest boxer. If you rub Oprah's belly, she'll give you a car. And what initially attracted Bill Clinton to Hillary is that she wasn't wearing pants in Basic Instinct. So after one pig-squealing round of Good News Week, the Hooper team are on 10 points. The Robbins team are on 8 points.
What?
Oh, really?
Oh,
Return.
bring it on!
Return.
Bring it on!
Coming up, sex, drugs and rock and roll. During the break, as we stroked our donkey, both teams were given 3 clues to a recent strange but true story. Hooper, Woodley and Washington have transportation.
Hey!
It's about the Hells Angels.
Might be Jimmy, I'm not quite sure.
Charlie's Hells Angels.
There are a bunch of old blokes who... Oh!
The irony is, now I'm the one who needs it.
Just saying, there's a bunch of old blokes in my local Westfield who would have just exploded seeing that.
You think I look good on this? You should have seen the woman I stole it from. Oh, sorry, Francis.
How old do you have to be to actually sort of... 'cause that looks like fun. I mean, it's like in your 40s, it's probably too young and sad.
Not if you're wearing Frank's hat, it's not. It's a licence to drive that thing.
Yeah, does Handicap know you've got his hat?
Oh, yeah. Everyone that read Handicap has clearly died.
Oh, you're quite the critic tonight, aren't you, monkey boy?
Yes.
Careful, he's got 7 times the strength of a normal presenter. He can rip, if you get naked in front of him, straight off.
It does prove that chimps get nasty as they get older.
Do you mind if we call you Bubbles?
You, Jimmy, can call me Bubbles.
Thank you very much.
And I'll do everything Michael used to do anyway.
No.
We also have a stash.
We've got a considerable amount of kind of extra, curricular activity. Yeah, some of it's medicinal, but we've got some booze in here as well, and so that's...
Bits and pieces out of a purse.
Yeah.
OK, and finally we have this.
I'm going to sing a song.
Yes.
It is the clue.
Let's waste time chasing cars around our head. I need your grace to remind me of my own. If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world?
Divine.
Thank you.
And Robbins, Watts and Barnes have... Oh, the shame.
I feel like the world's lamest transformer.
It's like kind of like a futuristic Roman sex gladiator from Germany.
Yeah, that's amazing, because that's what it says on my passport under occupation.
It's a coin-operated timing device, I believe.
Yeah, see?
Can you operate the...
Oh, very nice. Rosy cheeks.
Oh, now I'm a pirate gladiator from the future.
So obviously that says in Japanese, no parking on my face after 3. I just read it the way I translate it.
We also have a deterrent.
Is this a deterrent? This looks like the part that we never saw from the Tin Man. I feel a bit weird. Oh, look, there's Dorothy swimming in a pool. Let's just... just had to be done. Oh, it's on again.
And finally, we have this.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships rolling, and I watch them roll away again. So I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay. I'm wasting time.
Jimmy Barnes! More sweet sounds for your soul at the end of the show. Now to the name game. It's quite straightforward. I'm sure you'll pick it up as we go along. The name game.
Exciting and new.
Claire, who is the captain of the Australian cricket team? Is that your pacemaker going off, darling?
That, my friends, is the horn, and I thought it would be more exciting.
It's so dogs get out of the way.
What's it do? Get rid of leprechauns in front of you. What are you doing?
Who is the captain of the Australian cricket team?
It's...
Of the test team or the one-day team? Or
Yeah,
the
could be
Good point, yeah,
There's
yeah.
different captains.
Is Michael Clark, is he the one-day guy?
Yeah.
They're both... It's the same captain, and it's Lara Bingle. So... You look pretty stupid now, don't you?
That's all
Test, take go test.
Because Ponting isn't still in, is he? Oh, he is. Oh.
I don't think you're meant to play the name game.
So it might be Ricky Ponting, but that's...
3,
Richard Ponting!
Would you like me to hold again?
Yes, old Dick Ponting. That old Dick Ponting.
Ricky Ponting, yes, is the captain. Thank you very much. Frank, why would you clap that?
But they finally got it.
Frank.
Sorry, do you want to... You can do it.
Frank, who is Mary Donaldson better known as?
You, Paul, are a complete arsehole. It's that woman. It's the woman from the Nether Regions.
Yes.
Is it? The princess from the Nether Regions.
Yes. What's her title?
Princess
Yes.
Mary from the Nether Regions.
She was from the Nether Regions, but now she's in the Netherlands. Yeah, like she was Nether Regions first, and then she was
Right, Tassie, Nether
yeah,
Regions.
now she's Netherlands.
Oh, that's good. Map of Tassie, Nether Regions. I'm with you. Princess Mary
Is
from
that what you
Denmark.
meant?
A little bit more information.
Richard Ponting.
More. Who is Mary Donaldson?
There's another word there.
The Princess
Crown.
Mary of Denmark.
Her Highness?
Crown.
The Crown
Crown.
Princess Mary
Thank
of
you.
Denmark.
Proud Mary?
Proud Mary, keep on being the princess. Rolling back to Tassie for a party.
Megan.
Yes.
Who is Jamie Hintz, lead singer of the British band The Kills, allegedly married to?
Richard Ponting.
I don't know this, but we can work this out because the Kills are a British band, are they not? They are.
Well, that narrows it down.
Well,
Process of elimination here.
there's one woman who always sleeps with every member of every British
Kate
rock
Moss.
band. Kate Moss. I'm going to go with
Oh,
Kate Moss.
sorry. It was
Oh, yes, you're right.
She must get handed around backstage like a bong. Actually, I'm even appalled at myself.
Are we ready for our name game questions?
Yes, Bubbles.
Hopefully you'll show them up. Who is the independent MP for the federal seat of Kennedy?
Is that... it's not right.
It's not right. Is it going to be wrong?
Trying to do right.
Is it wrong already?
I'm going for the independence. It's not Windsor.
You're getting no help from your team, you know.
Oh, yeah. Ricky Ponting, not so funny now.
It's Ricky Ponting.
It's not Ricky Ponting. It's not Kate Moss. Oh, God, it's... Oh, Jesus. Oh, it's not Jesus.
Jesus?
I'd vote for Jesus. I've gone blank. Windsor, there's right.
I've never witnessed this before. It's extraordinary, isn't it? The tension is wild. Normally,
it's... Oakhurst. Is it Oakhurst? Does it begin with an O?
I can't remember if that's part of the game that I give bits of. Is that part of the... Did I help you at all?
I've drawn a blank, you stinking little bastard.
Oh, you're going to hate yourself after this.
What?
And to think you were so pompous before and arrogant, but suddenly we've come down a step or two, haven't we?
Mikey, would you like to try some expletives on him?
No, you're a fuckwit.
I'm not very good at this. I bleeped out wit.
Well, that's true.
I've already given you the 5 points because I thought you were going to get it. I was so confident you were going to get that. Now I'm going to have to take those 5 points away.
Oh.
Who is it?
Bob Catter.
Oh, shit! Matt, I've interviewed him twice. Mad Bad Bob Catter.
I've got a hat.
I've got a hat. And the whitest hair in the world. Oh.
Yep.
We were playing a game on election night where we were watching, you know, like as they talk about every seat and they show the two people that are battling it out, and we were playing, you know, like, we were playing or marry, and when we got up to Bob Catter's seat, we had to stop the game. We all just went, let's not play anymore.
Merrick.
Yes.
Who is the
Correct.
I'm going to call it.
I won. I think we just move straight on to Jimmy now. Let's get to Jimmy.
I'm going to give myself 10 points first. Who is the writer-director of the film Inception?
Oh, I've seen the film. And it was about a dream inside a dream inside a dream. I got confused just getting the popcorn. But the...
Come on, he made that Batman one too. Come on.
Oliver Stone? Is it Oliver
No!
Stone? I don't know.
Come on.
I don't want to watch the movie and go, God, I wonder who's directing this.
Anybody?
I'm still devastated over Bob... Was it Bob Catter?
Come on.
Christopher Nolan!
Thank you very much. I'm going to give them 5 points.
Sorry!
We're getting hammered here.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Christopher Nolan. Who is the First Lady of France? Jimmy.
The First Lady of France, she's a model, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh, she was once.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did she still get him out?
What's her name?
Carla Bruno.
Yeah, Carla Bruno.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
He's got it.
I think she's saying badly.
I'm not going to make it 10 points because it's getting pretty hairy now. Name 5 of the disciples for 10 points.
Oh, Luke.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, Paul, and
Mary. John, Judas, Thomas, Bevan, and Ricky Ponting.
I believe he was Ricky Pontius, actually.
Yeah, Ricky Pontius Pilot. I know. Dopey.
I've got a feeling there might be one called Thomas, but I have my doubts.
I'm just going to go through them for everyone. Simon, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, Peter, John and Judas.
It's pretty amazing to think Bartholomew, like one of them was called Bart.
And this is quite big news, ladies and gentlemen, quite affecting, I think, for a lot of people in the community. A Christian scholar claims Jesus may not have died on the cross because there's no evidence the Romans crucified prisoners 2,000 years ago. Yeah? Well, it would explain the whole resurrection thing, wouldn't it? It turns out Jesus was actually killed in a tragic speedboat accident. Quite unexpected.
Scuba diving.
Does that mean we now have to wear tiny little gold speedboats around our neck?
Dr. Gunnar Samuelson from the University of Gothenburg says the Bible contains no explicit references to crucifixion. Yeah, as if the Bible is any sort of authority on Jesus. Apparently, the good book only refers to a single piece of wood, like a pole. If Christ died on the pole instead of the cross, it'd save the Pope a lot of time blessing the masses. Satanists will have to change their inverted cross to an inverted pole. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the pole of Jesus.
It's not good.
It's not the same, is it? Nothing much we can do about it. We all have our pole to bear.
Is that a polar bear?
Pole to bear.
Like a polar bear? It was a shit pun and I made it shitter.
The Hoopers now on an unassailable 30 points. The Robbinses on a series losing 13. Up next, all the dirt that's fit to dish.
It's Good News Week. It's Good News Week.
This is Dishing the Dirt, the glamorous game of celebrity sleaze. Megan Washington, you're up. According to police reports, the most recent fight between Charlie Sheen and his wife was caused by a song. What was it?
Was it?
I'll give you a choice of two.
Oh,
But what would you have said?
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Oh, how about That's pretty good. Was it Drops of Jupiter by Train?
Yes.
Or the 2.5?
That is the worst. I'm sorry. That is the worst.
What do you think of it lyrically?
Song. Train. I can't talk about Train.
Is there a worse lyric in the world? Checks out Mozart while she does tie bow. He should have been stabbed in the neck with a pencil when he wrote it.
The new one as well, I can't
It
stand.
might just be me, but the term like drops of Jupiter, it sounds awfully salacious to me. In her hair,
Yeah.
don't you think?
That's one for some of the more mature viewers to comprehend where we've gone there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drops of Jupiter.
Jupiter
Is
is
right.
the god. Is the
It's
god
a
of...
god of reckless hygiene.
You got that one. Actor Lawrence Fishburne is not pleased about his 19-year-old daughter's new career in show business. Why? She's a porn star called Chippy D, or she's a rap star called Slutty C.
Fishy D.
Chippy.
What?
That's a terrible name for a porn star. Fishy B.
Sorry,
Let's lift it a bit into the...
Sorry,
I'll tell you what, kids, don't Google that one.
Let's go back.
Yes?
What were the options?
The options were she's a porn star called Chippy D, or she's a rap star called Slutty C.
She must be a porn star called Chippy D.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Yazid. 4 points.
Why she must be?
Well, if she was a rapper, he wouldn't be upset about her profession. He'd just be upset about her name because the name of the rapper was Slutty. But rapping is not a profession that you would be.
A transgression
Yeah,
socially.
yeah.
It's a
If
good
anything,
thing.
he'd be proud that
He'd
she
be
was
proud.
literate.
Yeah.
And,
So
you know,
really, the only profession.
you know, like
The only
I cannot
profession.
believe you.
skill.
Because in like, what is it, 25 years of doing this show, no one has ever applied logic before.
Seems to be working for you, Megan.
Mel Gibson's production company is advertising for interns. According to the ad, what will you learn? How to drink from the cup of success, or the ins and outs of feature film development?
I thought they said you can drink from the cup of success, but blow me first.
It's got to be. What do you think?
I would have said ins and outs
I
as
just
well.
find
and-
ins and outs
Everything
funny.
sounds really suggestive to me today.
Could be this show, actually.
It's got to be the ins and outs.
You've got it.
Yes, great.
Perfect score of 10. Megan Washington, ladies and gentlemen, please thank her.
Is there any possible way we could win now?
Now listen, I
No,
want
no.
to say, I've watched this show twice. But I've never seen a worse score.
No, there's no way you can win.
Really? Well,
I'll catch us later.
that's
Thanks,
it.
Paul.
Yeah, thanks very much. Can I borrow your spear?
I only need to win it.
Jimmy, are you ready?
I'm never ready. But my team's right behind me.
That's fantastic. That's the best place for those boys.
Shut up!
Really?
Bob Catter.
Oh, God.
A wacky TV weatherman in Britain is in trouble after being caught on camera doing what? Giving a newsreader the finger, or pretending to urinate on a map of France?
Well, he's English.
He's English?
And he do hate the France. And, you know, the hooligans, they'll pee anywhere.
Yeah.
So, so I reckon it's giving a finger.
Nice. Jimmy Barnes has it right, ladies and gentlemen.
They thought I was going to mess it up.
Yeah. Look, if he's on the news, he's giving them finger. Maybe he's just like
He could have been
doing the weather.
over here.
Yeah, the weather.
There's a bad storm coming up over here.
He was a weatherman.
What I found amazing was they have to pixelate it, because apparently, like, that's really offensive overseas, but here we're fine with it.
That's offensive?
No, that's offensive.
That's
yeah.
offensive overseas.
Yeah, no.
That's ridiculous.
And that's twice as offensive.
Yeah. But, you know, it would have been fine if he peed on the map.
Oh, France.
They wouldn't have worried about it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the map of France would have surrendered.
This just made me. This just reminded me of my impression of two lesbian magicians having a sexual encounter.
Yeah.
No, that's.
From the vault, Frank. From the vault.
Mind you, I'm just relieved you didn't do the rabbit out of the hat.
You've just lost 40 points.
Thank you, Frank. Keep it up. Okay.
Mel Gibson's father, Hutton, is very unhappy with the modern Catholic Church. What was his most recent claim? That the Inquisition had a lot of good ideas? Or that Pope Benedict is gay?
Oh. The red shoes. The red shoes. I'd have to say he's gay. The Pope was gay.
Thank you very much. You do have it right.
Did you notice the Pope's red shoes? When the Pope, all those photos, he had these like red shoes, and apparently he said they were Prada.
Yeah. He's got
The Pope wears Prada.
No, the Pope does not wear Prada. I've seen that film. It's quite obscure.
Coming this year, starring Meryl Streep, the Pope wears Prada.
Bono and the Edge from U2 have written the music and lyrics for a new Broadway show. What is it? Judas the musical or Spider-Man the musical?
Spider-Man.
Hey, put a muzzle on it, goose.
Thanks, man. I would have thought Judas because they're both very religious, aren't they? But now that I've had my ring-in help from... Thank you very much. I like Judas. If it was Judas, because I've been asked to play Judas in every other fucking musical they've done.
Actually, you know what would have made a great Judas and Superstar?
They asked me to play Judas a couple of times. I don't know what it is.
What's the pay? It's only 30 pieces of 20-cent coins.
So let's go with Spider-Man.
You're right. Perfect score, 10 points. Now, I'll tell you how you could really get back in the game, if you could do me a favour and crank out a tune from the album.
Yeah, speaking of the Pope and speaking of Judas,
the
new single's called God on Money.
What about that one?
Yeah,
Would you do
that's
that?
perfect. Yeah,
go on.
we can do that.
I'll give you 10 points if you do it well. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Barnes! Rage and Ruin! Rocket Jimmy!
You fall on your knees, thinking that it's a sign. I don't ever believe everything ends in time. And if you start to wonder, will that drag us under? I'll make you believe that you and I have strength in numbers. I wouldn't trade us for God or money. Our love is all that I need.
after the break, an old game with a new spin. Jimmy Barnes, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. That was good. Now to a game called Hey, what do you think you deserve for that song?
50 points at least.
50 points?
Yeah. I brought all the kids.
Can I say, Jimmy, I was so impressed by that performance. I'm going to go ahead and illegally download that. It was awesome. Brilliant. I mean that.
How many of the family were there?
That was my 2 daughters,
Jackie,
my son
Maria.
playing the cajon.
The cajon?
I'll use that very carefully, the drum thing. And my son-in-law playing one guitar. And Danny, who's practically a son-in-law.
Oh, how gorgeous.
Do you notice it just anybody tweaked onto the fact that Jimmy doesn't pay for a band?
You don't know how much I pay for that band.
25 years!
They're my kids. I've been paying, man.
No, seriously, Jimmy, did you stop having sex when you realised you had a full band?
I gave up on a football team a long time ago.
The only people wait for a son, but you just go, I'm going to get a drummer. If I don't get a drummer, saddle up, sweetheart.
But if you see them, we're going to go now, Dad. Can we have the credit card?
You're lucky you weren't an orchestra conductor.
His wife was. Lucky.
So they're in striking distance now. We're on to another game. This is a game we used to call Are You Stupider Than a Fifth Grader, but people always found it confusing. So now in a bid, to make it a bit easier to understand, we're going to play a game called What Would an Idiot Say? Frank Woodley, come on down.
Is that yours? Already establishing I am an idiot from that little...
I love your attire.
Oh,
very
thanks.
sartorial.
I'm saying to everyone,
It's very neat.
I like yours too.
Oh, this old thing.
No, but a lovely little bit of gold in the black.
Oh, yeah, no, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Kiss.
Bob Catter. Oh. I'll ask Frank some questions taken from TV quiz shows in America. None of the answers are right, but one of them was actually suggested by a contestant. All Frank has to do is pick that answer. Are you ready?
What?
It's tricky, isn't it? Who wrote War and Peace? You do get a choice, remember.
Oh, choice. I was going to come in and go, isn't War and Peace, they made it into a film with all those toys, the 3D animation.
It's Toy Story, Frank.
Toy Story, Leo, Toy Story. Don't clap that, you'll just encourage me.
Who wrote War and Peace? J.K. Rowling? George W. Bush? Or Leo DiCaprio?
So somebody actually gave one of these answers.
Someone gave one of these
Are You
answers.
Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
I reckon one of them said it was actually War and Peace. That was his name.
War and Peace.
So, Frank, what would an idiot say?
See, I don't think J.K. Rowling, because normally her books are like, they're not War and Peace, they're like Harry Potter and the Giblet of Fire or something.
Right, yeah.
Goblet of Fire. The Giblet, there was a nasty incident in Nando's. There was a... Harry just... No, so... And the Leonardo DiCaprio... I'm going to go with J.K. Rowling.
Okay.
That's what they said. That's not... I don't think that... I think it's Leo Toy Story.
Let's have a look at Frank's right. I suppose that means no, you're not right.
So I'm not sure how much of an idiot that makes me that I couldn't pick their wrong answer. I mean, I just feel like... Do you know what I mean? I feel like a bit of an idiot, but not that big an idiot.
Well, how about we have a few more
Double
questions
idiot.
to find out how big an idiot you are?
Double idiot.
Yeah. Name the 2 types of blood cells. Red and blue. Rare and well done. Or Edward and Bella.
Well, clearly Edward and Bella is the funniest answer.
That's a popular one,
It's
isn't
a
it?
popular one. Because that, well, obviously, I haven't seen Twilight, but I know Edward is... But is there also a vampire in Twilight called Bella, or is that a Bella Lugosi reference? No, see, I'm showing my weird... There is a... It's not Twilight.
Yeah.
Isn't Edward one of the vampires in Twilight?
Bella's in school.
Yeah, so they're right. Oh, okay.
That makes up for the musical.
Frank, Bella's the crazy chick.
Oh, okay. Do you reckon they got her name because of Bella Lugosi?
I don't know, I'm just
Who was like
wondering
the
that.
famous,
Maybe Stephanie is a bit more sort of literal than we- yeah.
movie
Dracula.
vampire.
It was Dracula.
All right. So I think clearly I am an idiot. We'll see the red and blue, because I always thought, because it's at school in our biology class...
Just one whole sentence would be great.
We had one of those, like models, anatomy models that showed the blood system with a heart, and all the, one lot were red and one lot were blue. So I did always think that half your blood was red and half was blue. Because, no, you know those ones with... And the guy always looks like he's really freaked out because he's going... So I'm going to go with the red and blue.
Thank you very much. Let's see if he's right. There!
Blue blood aristocracy thing is that, I suppose.
Obviously, they confuse blood cells with M&Ms.
Which Australian actor won an Oscar for his role in The Dark Knight? Hugh Jackson, Russell Crowe, or Heath Badger?
How do you think I got these scars on my face? There was a territorial issue in the tunnel. I don't know.
I like that.
No, I'm going to, just because it's the funniest, I'm going to go with Heath Badger.
Let's have a look and see if Frank is right. Yes! Oh, that's it? That's it, it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Woodley, thank you. After the break, the idiocy continues. Come and spot some idiots, Merrick Watts. Remember, we want Merrick to find the answer a quiz show contestant actually thought was right. You ready to go?
Yes.
Were you impressed by...
Well, I know.
Frank?
I thought I had the goods on Frank for idiocy, but he displayed a
I've
pretty
set the
good...
bar pretty high.
You did. Let's just see how I go now.
There's no pressure, mate.
Are we filming?
Yeah, we're filming.
I win.
What do you win?
Ricky Ponting.
Hey, Frank, do that again.
What?
Do that face again. Last Tuesday, did you clean my windscreen?
Are you running for election?
They're having their own game.
No,
back
when they're
there.
ready, when they're ready.
That's right. Who were the four Beatles? John? John, Paul, Jeff and Yoko? Or Irish?
That's tough.
Someone did say one of these in response to a question about who the four Beatles were.
Well, it's arguable that Yoko was a part of the mix because, she seemed to have a bit of...
But they're idiots, though. You don't have to get it right. You don't have to justify it.
I like you're explaining it to him.
And it's
beautiful.
still not helping me. I'm still trying to figure out which one...
And they did say who are the four.
Yeah, who are the four?
Yeah.
So what would an idiot say?
I'd say, because they're Americans, I'd say that they would reckon it was Irish.
Let's have a look and see if you're right. It's as simple as that.
I'm not even faking how excited I am that I got that right. I'm really quite... I got the shivers then.
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
I'm pumped now. This is good.
What famous painting was created by Norwegian symbolist Edvard Munch?
Well, I know this one.
The Squeal. The Fjord. Or the Ice Cream?
I'd say the Fjord, but it's only because I like their cars. So... the Squeal doesn't sound right. I'm going to say that they would have said, because of the munch...
Yeah.
The munch factor, I'd say the ice cream...
Did you just say the munch factor? You just made up a new... the munch factor.
Yeah, the munch factor.
It's a TV show.
Actually, it's a great name for a band.
Yeah, there.
I'm going to say, yes, I'm going to say the ice cream.
The ice cream.
Yep.
Let's have a look.
Please. Oh, living the dream.
That is the painting with the big head and the... Isn't it? So maybe it was like an ice cream headache, actually.
That's it, yeah. That's it. I know which one you mean now. It's like they're kind of like the circular mouth and the
blood
hands
red,
and stuff
blood
like
red
that.
background.
It's the one of Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. When he's seen Michael with bubbles. Next! Oh my God, the man slept with a monkey and you're laughing. Oh. I'm a bad guy. Okay.
For a perfect score now.
I shouldn't be feeling real pressure, but I'm feeling like serious pressure. I feel like Rain Man. It's incredible. The Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Not the guy in the trench coat that gets around the world. What is the world's largest continent? Canada. Arctica. Or Pavarotti. The world's largest continent. Come on, perfect score. Merrick Watts. Could almost take your team to almost half the score of the other team.
It's just the most ridiculous. It'd have to be the Contenti.
Well, see, Pavarotti's been dead for years. And
well, you know, he's incontinent now.
Oh, that's...
What's the world's largest continent? Well...
I don't know if they know who Pavarotti was, most of them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's cultural, so I think that kind of cuts a lot of Americans out.
Yeah.
Arctica's funny.
That's
good.
It's
good, yeah.
I ain't going in Canada because it's just stupid.
It's no, I reckon it is because they'll know it and they'll probably know that it's a big country.
A bit bigger than them.
Merrick.
It's a big country.
Merrick, trust your inner fuckwit.
This coming from the man that got 4.
I'm going to pretend I grew up in Missouri. I reckon it'd be...
Come on.
I'm absolutely certain it'd be Arctica.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain.
Shall we have a look and see if Merrick's right?
Yeah!
Perfect score, ladies and gentlemen. Please thank Merrick Watts. Strange but True is next. Yes, Jimmy.
Am I winning yet?
Yeah, because of Merrick Watts' outstanding turn in the idiot game.
He can spot an idiot.
Yep. 8 points is taking you to 46. The Hoopers are on 44, so you're 2 points in front at the moment. That's the incredible thing about this show. It's anybody's game now. Cliche, cliche. Time to separate the strange from the true. Claire, Frank, Megan, your clues were the scooter!
Yeah, also, I found the speed. There you go!
Shall we move on?
Oh, and also then...
We also had a handbag, the woman
woman
in it now.
I don't think... Just a handbag full of lots of drugs. So probably the old lady's handbag who was on the scooter, I'm suspecting.
And this, Megan Washington.
Just lay here. Would you lie with me and just forget the world?
Craig in Washington. Oh. Okay, do we have a way of connecting these clues
Okay.
that make sense to you?
What's the song about?
It's called Chasing Cars.
Yes, that could be a hint.
Yeah, it might be. Okay,
So,
good.
so an old lady with
A drunken old lady.
a drunken old
What
lady with
if-
the pills and the.
Claire was actually enacting before the truth, and there was an old man on a scooter, and he snatched a woman's handbag.
And he knocked the woman over, and she just lay there. She just lay there for ages.
Rather than one specific incident, is this a report on whether or not people are
Taking drugs.
passing sobriety tests, given
Oh,
the
do you need to
given the
do-
quantities in their handbags? Are they safe in charge of scooters?
So what's the chasing cars thing?
Because
they're getting hit by
on
cars.
do they drive them on the road like normal cars?
Or they take too much speed and chase cars.
Yeah.
And they're catching them.
No, I reckon that sounds good to me. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
I like
Some of the people are on kind of mind-altering.
much
They're on so many
medication.
drugs, too much medication, and as a result, they drive on the road
Driving
recklessly
dangerously, yeah.
and kind of
So
chase
recklessly older citizens on their scooters
Yeah.
going crazy.
being a bit of a danger on their
Yeah.
motorised scooters? Is
Really?
that?
That's right. Do you know where the story comes from?
I'm so...
Do you know where the story comes from?
Oh, look, I don't know, but I guess Florida. That's all I can get.
I just had one of those
Oh.
horrible Tony Abbott moments where I went for the high five with Megan and she just turned away, and I was just like, yo.
According to police, there's a new threat on British roads. Pensioners on mobility scooters high on alcohol and drugs and just as dangerous as joyriding teenagers. Often more dangerous because they've got so much less to live for. Some codgers have even taken to hotting up their scooters with a blanket and a thermos. That's funny, isn't it? That's all right.
I like it. Yeah.
One big problem for seniors is recognising their scooters. You'd be surprised how often a pensioner comes out of the supermarket and tries to drive the coin-operated rocket ship back to the retirement village. UK police are now calling for a nationwide testing scheme. Pensioners who pass will receive a P-plate, which will hold about a litre if the scooter is on a flat surface. No sudden movements, more strange but true right after this. Strange but true, the grand finale. Mikey, Merrick, Jimmy, your clues were the meter.
He had to put coins in his mouth. Why would you do that? So many weird finger germs.
So much fecal matter on a coin.
I'm sorry.
I tell you what, if you were the meter maids in the Gold Coast, I'd go there.
Looks like a bit of a shark, actually.
It looks a bit of a shark.
Yeah.
Looks like a toilet seat to me.
I just keeps getting better. I've had coins in my mouth and I'm sitting in a toilet seat.
Yes.
It charges too much. Okay, we also have the spike. Whoa!
Which is kind of retractable and weapon-like.
The spike.
Or maybe it's not meant to do that, and I'm just finding ways to make it more dangerous. I'll throw it into the audience later. That'll.
And finally,
Yes.
we have this.
Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships are rolling, and I watch them roll away again. So I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Ooh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay. I'm wasting time. Got time for the bridge? You think? Got the bridge! Got the bridge! Well, it looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to do, and so I guess I remain the same. I need a cake for
sitting on the dock.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Before I start any sort of reasoning, which will be bent anyway, but didn't Michael Bolton sing that song?
Yeah, but he never sang. Because you know, one of my biggest disappointments ever was when I seen there was a Ray Charles special and they had Michael Bolton and Ray Charles singing together.
That's a shame.
That's a real shame. It really dragged Ray down. Lucky you couldn't see him.
It killed him.
Yeah, he didn't know he was there.
I just wonder if, you know, sitting on the dock of the bay, is the hat and the stick Tony Abbott's boat stopping uniform?
But imagine a man walking out with just this and a pair of red Speedos.
You're not coming in. So go to Tasmania.
I actually think that would work.
I've got a theory.
Good.
Is that this is like a Japanese parking meter robot, and its security device is a really sharp, pokey stick for, third clue, whenever it sees a guy like Michael Bolton who's got a camel toe on the front of his pants
And a bad haircut.
stabs his camel toe.
Yeah. That's one theory.
See, I was with you up into the toe.
Right.
Actually, I think this writing here is Chinese, not Japanese.
Well,
Yeah, this is the man who forgot Bob Catter. Let it go, Paul, let it go!
I read people are getting the shits because aren't they trying to put parking meters along the beaches where they haven't had them before?
The bizarre idea was dock of the bay, and I was thinking ships and boats, and the idea of parking meters for boats. But then I remember another story. It's not sitting on the dock of the bay, it's the sitting bit. Public.
Some of them went, oh.
Sorry, Paul, that was actually just a crow flew in, actually.
Oh, I know this story.
Public sitting in China, there's a lot of, there's a lot of Chinese. Well spotted, Michael. And benches everywhere, and people taking up a lot of time just sitting on benches. So the idea is that you sit on a bench
In the park.
in a park, and there's a parking meter in the park, and you sort of select 15, 20 minutes, an hour, and after your time is up, seriously...
This comes up at the seat, up your ass.
I think they're smaller.
Is that true?
Wouldn't that possibly attract a particular...
no, China, not Germany, Frank, not Germany.
So, yeah, basically, parking meters on benches, but the idea is instead of getting a ticket, you get a new friend.
Thank you very much. Yes, officials in China have found a way to stop people hogging park benches. Steel spikes on a coin-operated timer. At last, little old ladies with bad feet and no money can be stabbed in the legs and buttocks while trying to enjoy a nice day out. Linger too long without feeding the meter and dozens of spikes come up through the seat. It's a great way to simultaneously deal with overcrowding, obesity and introduce species of balloon animals. China's officials are relieved there's finally some way of deterring bench hogs that doesn't involve brutally beating them to death or, you know, asking them to move. So in the fast lane tonight, Claire Hooper, Frank Woodley and Megan Washington scored 59 points. Overtaken by Mikey Robbins, Merrick Watts and Jimmy Barnes on 76 points. All the way through.
It's not about winning, but it's so about winning.
That's the most unchivalrous response we've ever had.
I'm the worst sport in the world.
Hey, we didn't have to beg for any of our points, so we get to hold our heads high.
Yeah, we won though.
We'll beg for a bonus point.
Bob Catter! Oh.
10.com.au/GNW is the address if you want to get the podcast, go behind the scenes, or go behind a donkey behind the scenes. So we say, what are you rebelling against, Granny? And leave you with the good news for the week ahead. In Sydney, it's the Spring Dance Festival, followed by the Spring Roll Festival for larger, less coordinated performers. It's the Noosa Jazz Festival. In retrospect, if you're going to have a celebration of African American music born out of racism and oppression, don't hold it in a town called Noosa.
Really?
Yeah.
They never put any thought into that, did they?
It's the start of Eczema Awareness Week. Do something rash. And eczema...
Oh, we got an up she comes. We've got an up she comes. Up she comes. Up she
On national
comes.
television.
Go.
She's holding it in. She's a good girl. Oh, she's a good girl. Oh, she's a good girl. Hey!
Is there anything more fun than an up she comes?
And Eczema Awareness Week will be followed by Festering Scab Friday and the month of pus. On Saturday, it's the Darwin Boat Show. Don't tell Tony. Sunday is Father's Day, the special time that manages to discriminate against women, children, gay men, single men, men without children, and orphans all at once. And you laugh at that point if you're fucking on the ball. In New South Wales, the Dorothea McKellar Poetry Awards will be presented, and I've been scribing away on a little poem over the course of the show. A poet named Dorothea McKellar was desperate to get her a fella. She enticed a young bloke, brought him home for a poke, and then she kept him chained in the cellar. Thank you. No? Yes? No? Thank you. Good night. Thank you.